These are some Edifier headphones. Hi there folks, coming in from Edifier is the W830BT. Now these have been out for a little while, I suppose. Having a look around, I see that they seem to be released at the start of 2018. But at the moment you can pick up some pretty good sales on them, and the price has been dropped from the original retail price of about £70 down to between 30 and 40. So I thought I'd take a look and see just how good they were for a fairly decent budget-sized wireless stereo headphone system. You can see there are Bluetooth with near-field communications built into them. 95 hours of playing time. I think that's 95 hours. Looks like there's been a sticker that's been removed there, but it's somewhat 95 hours. 60 days standby time. There ain't too much on this side. Then round the back we have all of the features, which I'll try and get in frame and in focus. There you go. You can see you've got your Bluetooth 4.1 that supports all of those protocols. There's a chip in there with AAC and Qualcomm aptX. Supports 95 hours, that's okay. Bluetooth up to 10 meters. And stuff, what's that? 40mm driver, delivers deep, powerful bass for all music genres. Okay, so, well, I guess there you go there. These are music-focused headphones as opposed to television-focused headphones or gaming-focused headphones. We have a 90-degree swivel, and we have a folding hinge for compact travel size, and there's a travel case included. All looks very nice. We have our specifications there if you want to have a quick look at it, because there's nothing too much there. Standby time about 1500 hours. I like it whenever they put it like that. It sounds incredibly impressive. And there we go. Your nominal impedance is 24 ohms. Fair enough. Okay. Alright, let's get in and have a look. There's nothing on the bottom and just a plastic thing on the top. And we've got Edifier written neatly across there. It's quite nicely presented in all black. We have a warranty blurb in there that no one will ever read. And then the case. I do like these cases. I have a number of these cases on various different headphones. There seems to be the zip is put on the other way around for a bit of design feature, but maybe it's a bit more protection, I suppose. Then we have like a rubberized end to the actual zippers, which is kind of nice, as opposed to just your typical plastic, so they're not going to chip as some have in the past. Edifier written there, nothing there, and a little hanger thing if useful. So it's actually quite noisy, the box. I wonder what exactly it is. It must just be the rubberized on the end of the zippers. Okay, so up here we have a little cardboard thing with stuff in it. We have an HDMI, no sorry, that's a USB to micro USB charging cable, and then we have a 3.5mm headphone, extension cable for using whenever your charge runs out. There's a little bit of black tape around there holding it all together, so they're not elastic bands and they fold out quite easily. That one's still taped up, mind you. So here we have the Edifier headphones, and the rest of the case is just for the Edifier headphones. That's all we get in there, nothing else. Right, so they're headphones. They look quite nice to start with. They're quite big, which I'm not saying is a bad thing at all. I do like a pair of chunky headphones. Whenever I go for a pair of headphones like this, I like them to be as big as possible, as pronounced as possible. You're not trying to hide anything when you're wearing these. So we have an L and an R written in a really odd font that might be a bit difficult for people to pick up on, but it's L and R, so you're not going to make too many mistakes. There's a subtle bend to the headphone to go along with your chin line, and then there's a big black plastic bit with your NFC here. Then down at the bottom we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, the extension cable, the micro USB connector there under a dust cover. Fairly nice, soft, leatherized ear cups, and a decent enough movement here. So it is fairly adjustable, not terribly adjustable, but I defy anyone to tell me that they need more adjustment than that. Then up here we have an air hole for sucking in or breathing out air as the beats blast away. Then this one here we have clicky buttons for up and down, or plus and minus volume. And then there's a button in the middle. That's what I thought, wow, there's an extra click here for some reason. And then there's a button in the middle there for controlling the headphones, which is the one thing that might be missing. Aha. So we've got basic operations here. In case you've lost your manual, I'll do a close-up. Answering a call, rejecting call, ending call, decrease, increase volume, direct call to mode, 3-day calling as well. Headset status and operation. Tap the multi-function key one. Oh, alright, okay. Call with 2 mobiles connected. And then play music. This is what people will probably be using it for more so. Increase volume, tap plus key. Next song is long press plus key. Play, pause, tap the multifunction key once, and tap the okay. So it's fairly standard operations for this button. Although whenever it comes to taking in call or in music calls, I imagine it's going to be a bit of a head scratcher. And there was some glue actually there on it. I don't know where that came from. I thought it was a droplet of moisture. Perhaps I was spitting whilst I talked, but it wasn't. It was glue. That looks to be a tiny speaker, or possibly, well, there's an LED there, so there must be there isn't one on this one. Maybe it's a tiny speaker to let you know that things are happening. And they must be totally out of charge. Okay, so they don't fold, which is a pain for some people. They will stay like this, but I guess that's why there's a case. You put them in the case and they're protected. And they're extendable. There's a little, well, you have the code there as well. There's a little silver aluminium extension piece, so you can go on the larger of heads out there. And there's a decent amount of padding here that does seem to be quite comfortable, if not overly. Because it's only a small area. I wonder if these areas might dig in. I'm going to put them on for a wee minute and test them around the house. They are pretty darn comfortable, I have to say. They sit nicely on my ears. This just encapsulates perfectly. Very soft leather, and this just hits the top of the head perfectly. They're very nicely designed. You barely notice that they're on. Except for when there's sound blaring through, which we couldn't do because there is no charge. So I'm going to sit and let them charge for a few minutes. There we go, we've got a charge indicator coming on there. And while those are charging, I will get out my little tie mic, and what we'll do is we'll slip that up in here while I'm wearing them, and you can listen back for a basic impression of how good the sound is. Okay, so that's been about a half hour of charging. It's not full, but it'll do for the purposes of a test. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to turn it on. There we got the boodle-doo. And we'll get our NFC tag. Would you like to pair? Yes, we do. It just flashed up there, couldn't pair. Couldn't pair. Alright, let's try the old-fashioned way. Scan for these babies. We find the Edifier. That's paired now. I'm not sure why it didn't work under NFC, but we'll try again for the review. Okay, so I'm going to use this, hook it up to the microphone, so what you'll hear is coming through on this microphone in a second. Okay, so here we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the purpose of this test, we're going to be using what's called the aptX podcast, the podcast that goes along with this video. Our most recent one, on the 24th of July, a flotilla of fabulous phones. Okay. This is aptX. And this week I'm joined by Ricky West. How are you, Ricky?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well and enjoying our lovely 100 millionth hour. So again, like I said, it sits in that level of there's minute differences between everything.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of The Projector Room. Glad you could join us once again. We're in the middle of July now and I'm joined by the whole team this time. Welcome back to Steve Lee.
So hopefully with any luck that was quite successful and you were able to get a general gist of how good these sound. They do sound pretty good. Whenever I was listening to the intro of the aptX podcast, it did feel that there was there was a little bit of a breakup because that's at a very high bit rate. I keep it that way purposefully to show off whether or not your headphones are any good. They sound really good on the upper echelon of headphones. On these there was a little bit of a slight cappage where it just couldn't hit those hi-hats. Then the projector room sounded rather well as well. The spoken word part of it sounded very good too. And off air I had a quick flick through some music from the likes of Google Play Music and Spotify, and it all sounded very well. They are good, rounded headphones that I would recommend for if you were to pick them up for between 30 and 40 quid. That's a bargain. I'm going to fire these over to Paul for him to do a full written review on and to do some more testing to see what's good and what's not. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comments box down below and I'll be sure to pass them on to Paul to include in the review. Hit that subscribe button and give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy. And I've just noticed that it does that. I should have pointed that out earlier. And remember to tune into the aptX podcast, usually on every other Wednesday night, or sometimes on a Sunday morning for an analysis of what's happening in the world of hardware around the world. Give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy, and other than that, take care.